What's up, everybody? Hello, and welcome back to some more Vicky 3 as China. We are in the year 1886, which means we have almost exactly 50 years left to play in the game. We are halfway through. So I thought this would be a good time to kind of take a look around the world and see what's going on. Currently, we have a revolt that we're going to have to put down over here with Sind. We have our army coming over here to deal with that, so we'll kind of let them do their thing. But looking around, we have Russia, who is ruled by Tsar Alexander Romanov, a historical character who is, they've done really well. Being part of us. They're the third ranked great power, which puts them behind us and GB, but that's by quite a margin here. If you look at GP themselves, they are now a republic. I guess they're not even Great Britain anymore, they're just a British republic. Ruled by Chancellor Weston Lennox, and their power ranking is quite close to ours. We look at ourselves, we have 2,700 prestige, and they have 2,512 right down here. But ours comes from mostly gross domestic product. We have a weaker navy than them. Our navy is at about 2,054, and their navy is at, I think, 6,000 is where their navy is. And that's because they have ironclads, but we don't. But we're going to get ironclads soon. That's in our tech queue. You can see, if you divide this by 10, you can see how much prestige they get. So they have about 3 times our prestige from navy here. Which is causing them to have a little bit of an inflated power projection. But the rest of their prestige mostly comes from their subjects, because they have the British Raj, who has a ton of GDP. So their GDP from subjects is almost more than their GDP total, which is quite something. But Navy power is the biggest source of power projection, other than being leader and producer of goods in certain sports. So they're at 418 for producer of goods, and I think we are at, let's find out, 683. So we are the better market, the better production. You could kind of imagine it with our size, but we need to get our Navy power protection up, which is something we're doing. Otherwise, we have President Ferdinand Darche. I'm probably mispronouncing that, but who cares? Leading the French Republic. He is a reformer. How are your diplomatic situations? We should probably look at that also. Your universal suffrage, President's Republic, cool. Dedicated police force. They have a bunch of things set up here. Same with Russia. They're, autocracy. Words are hard, and they're still using peasant levies. Come on, Russia. Get your shit together. Austria is running a monarchy with autocracy. These guys have not advanced forward. Because they have slavery ban, but other than that, it's kind of still backwards in the government column there. It is read by Kaiser Otto Milde, who is 14. This dude's had a rough 14 years. He's not having a good time. But he's over here doing their thing, 42 million GDP, and actually is only a major power, meaning you could probably actually force them into our nation. Who is past them? Italy's now the major power involved over here, as well as the United States and France. Prussia's pretty weak. They're he's not a protector, but they have protectorates. Okay, lots of defensive packs over here, too. How is the U.S. looking? Let's take a look over here. Wow, this dude's big, chunky. Oswald Ewing. He's got a lot of traits, but they're very strong. Look at those conscripts they can raise. America Resurgent and all that stuff. What are they running right now? They have French Republic, Census suffrage, now supremacy. Still have not gotten rid of slavery, which is a big shame here, especially since we're 20 years past when it happened historically. But I guess they didn't have a civil war like we did. Other than that, they look about standard, as what you would expect. Nothing too surprising here. About Brazil, do we have Pedro in power? Yes, we do, with his fantastic beard, might I say. He's 60 years old. He looks like could be 20 years older than that, but maybe people age differently back then. They are monarchy, oligarchy, segregation, tenant farmers, local police force. Very landowner-centric here. They still got the slave trade. So Brazil has had a tough time. I guess Great Britain didn't do the thing they do in an early game where they kind of go after slave trading nations. Instead, they got kicked around by us. About the British Raj, they are still a President Robert Palliser, which means they are President's Republic, I imagine. They have the East India Company, which gives them 20% convoys. That's actually really good. Wish I had that. And then they have this one, which gives them construction after building throughput. Both of those are really good to help build up your economy very fast. Still very landowner-centric over here. And we'll kind of hold off on that. But we've got some other guys kicking around doing some interesting things. What about Italy? That's the last one we'll check here. Monarchy, landed voting, racial segregation, tenant farmers, no slavery. Most of the guys are behind in laws. This dude has a fantastic mustache. But I guess all the hair on his mustache took away from the hair on his head. And he's an emperor. Emperor Camillo de Ferrari. Oh, I hope he makes the car. But that's cool. Italy's doing pretty well. We'll have to kick them around, though, so we got to build up our military to do just that, because we need to get a Treaty port in Italy, France, Spain, and GB before this game is over. Let's figure that out. I always forget that we had the Greenland, but that is just so humorous to me, seeing just China over here in the Northwest. Oh, that's great. Okay, that's enough looking around. I spent about 5 minutes doing that. Let's go ahead and look at our technologies and talk about what we want to do in the last 50 years. So right now we're getting socialism, and hopefully this will set us on pace to create our communist utopia that would make the CCP jealous of us. And then after that, we're going to go ahead and get feminism. I think that's the last kind of thing I want to get that is focused around reforming and making us like a liberal and socialist heaven, or paradise, I guess you could say. Maybe anarchism, but I don't think we're going to go down the anarchist party stuff. So we'll kind of let everything kind of naturally spread after this. Steel frame buildings would be really cool, but I don't think we're going to get that as a focus. We'll probably get it through spread. After that, we're going to focus on military. I have queued up over here. Wow, I can't talk today. The text for moving on to steam-powered ships as opposed to what we're currently running, which is sail-powered. After that, we're going to come over here and focus on our military, get these guys up to snuff. That way we can spend the last 50 years kind of throwing our weight around and using our massive economy as well as our nation, or just our population, to get whatever we want done. Otherwise, I think for our next play here, we're going to take Portugal and reduce their autonomy. The reason being is that we have about a 14K deficit in our income right now. And I could, do a consumption tax on porcelain to get that back, or like lower government wages. But if we look at Portugal, right, they have about 9 million GDP. If we look at Korea, they have 8.5 million. And Korea currently gives us, as a puppet, so this might be a little off-putting from the arithmetic, but they give us 14K in funds from diplomatic pacts. So if we reduce the autonomy with Portugal, they should give us more than that, and they will accept. So let's go and do this. Get that. And they only gave us about 10K here. Okay, I guess maybe there is a difference between, what, a puppet and a Dominion grants us. But we also need bankrolls. We only have France's bankroll, which is going to go away eventually. In fact, since this is a new recording session, they might actually just drop off there. So that's something we have to be concerned about. We have a ton of excess bureaucracy, not enough to actually do anything. It's 4,500 bureaucracy to actually do one level of an institution, which sucks. That's terrible. I can't even do colonization or anything, so we're going to have to kind of make do. We're currently passing restricted child labor. We have a guy who wants it from the Pete Bourgeoisie, and that will give us plus 28 million radicals becoming loyalists, which will be good for us because about a fourth of our population is radical. And we'll do all of these, maybe. Might do wage subsidies because that'll hamper our economy pretty severely, but we'll get most of this stuff done here. In terms of our queue, we have iron mines galore being queued up. That's going to go towards our iron deficit we have of about 700. That'll actually overshoot that as well. And then I'm going to focus on our tooling and our coal, where we have our biggest deficit. Groceries is a weird thing. We'll work on that. But there is socialism. That gets us Council Republic, collectivized agriculture, graduated taxation, and the Communist Party. Now, I'm curious here. If I were to go to collectivized agriculture, no one wants it. Okay. That's a shame. But we'll work on that eventually. What is Russia? They want to get us involved against Sind, and they want to take away an obligation that they owe us. We're going to keep that obligation around. Wants to enact restricted child labor. Who's Dong Ting? We'll take a look at him. Dong Ting is also a reformer. Can I get like a vanguardist? That's the communist name equivalent here? No, there's no vanguardist available. And how are the trade unions looking right now in power? We got to get those guys in power. So let's kind of look and see how we would do that. We'll let that guy kind of leave. He doesn't have any causes. But let's look at our trade unions. Currently, they have less than a percentage of power. And let's take a look at their politician. He's meticulous and a political operator, so he's not terrible. He's only 29. He is a nihilist. So he's neutral towards President Republic, Parliamentary Republic, and Council Republic, and he endorses a free and not religious state, which is good. We do need to do away with our current state religion. I think that'll be a good movement towards getting our trade unions. But let's look at trade unions. Population 3.5 million. That is minuscule. Less than 1% of our population is currently in the trade union. They have 2 million radicals, 20K loyalists. They kind of like us a lot here. And let's kind of look and see how we can get them in power. So they have mostly machinists and engineers and laborers. Okay, so we got to increase our employment of those guys to give them some power. Not a ton of officers, not a ton of shopkeepers, not a ton of capitalists, as you'd expect. But bureaucrats, laborers, heavy on the laborers, machinists, engineers. Our current modifiers are these are armed forces and Confucian. Okay. Interest prop attraction. So we need to get these. We need to increase our numbers of these guys to make this go up. So we need to do more factories and things, which is kind of, I guess, the theme of Vicky in general is building more factories. Who the hell knows? We're gonna get that stuff done. Let's go through our queue and think about what we want to do to get that done. Let's also look at our trade routes. So we have 12,000 excess convoys, so we can kind of fix some of our problems here. Let's first do an import route for our groceries. 11 is fine from Prussia. We will do that. What current trade routes do we have kicking around here? Most of these are fine. There is mutual funds. I don't know if we'll go publicly traded. Let's kind of look at our current state of our economy and think about what we want to do. First off, Velocity Department is a no-brainer. It's going to cost a lot of money to do the paper here, but that's going to kick our innovativeness up to 433 uncapped, which means our spread is going to be insane, our passive spread. We'll take a look at that in a second once we give this enough time to equalize here. But can I do anything to change who's employed on these? Okay, these are always going to be the improved fertilizer guys. Philosophical pragmatism or university throughput. 25% university throughput should be way more massive than that 4K in philosophical pragmatism. Let's think about that. So 433 plus 25% will kick that up to around like 550 per se. Give it a week to adjust. I'm actually okay weakening the industrialists here. We'll do that. I don't know. It won't go to like people I like it to, but... And it's fitting with the theme of the run. But anyway, we kicked up to 526 from doing that. So that is good. Now what do we need to do to change who's in power here? So this actually just will add more people. And less aristocrats are good. I don't know if I want to do the capitalists, though. What could I do to deal with it? So this, if I went government run here, I need to have command economy or workers cooperative. But, indeed. Also, kick you over to sugar real quick. And can I do slaughterhouses here? I could. I'm going to focus on the tool shortage next. This will produce more... less fabric, but more meat. We have a huge excess of fabric, so I'm fine with this. Just go and kick it over. And also soil enrichment for our millet farms. Do we do publicly traded? So we're going from just pure capitalists... or pure aristocrats to capitalist. Here's the way we can take a look at this. Let's look at our population. I want to really get into what the political system here and look at the micro here, which is why this episode is probably going to be a little bit slower than our usual ones that we do. But let's look at our census chart, this screen that I almost never see, and let's take a look at our aristocrats. Where are they? These have the monocle. So your political strength, if I look at all of you, I wish I could see what party they're in. So, these are your capitalists. They have 100%. Total of 19 million. Let's reset all here. Farmers are the most powerful, followed by the clergymen. And we have the capitalists and the aristocrats. I want to see how this focuses against our political parties. I want to identify... Okay. I can see whose interest groups. So what does this do? Okay, I can sort by interest groups. See a lot of clergymen who support the rural folk and the clergy. Let's look at our capitalists and see how they fall. Unsurprisingly, they are all very much in part with the industrialists. Okay, and some of them have armed forces. So this would make the industrialists more powerful. So that's where the capitalists fall. That's kind of self-explanatory. And some guys are unaligned. Now let's look at the aristocrats. Landowners, some are intelligentsia, but mostly landowners. That is okay. So we should probably start doing this just to move on to capitalists. And where capitalists come, we can get more investment. It'll just dilute the power of the landowners, who, if I check, are actually decently strong here. So that's probably a movement we should do. Let's look and see if we can see who's kind of in charge of the... Okay, let's look at the large majority. Large majority of the peasants are rural folk, probably. Rural folk and... Well, some of them over here, with really small settlements, doesn't really matter, are industrialists, or liberati. But mostly the rural folk. Our laborers are still mostly rural folk. So a lot of them are unaligned, though. But I'm seeing a lot more of the... what's this called? This is the trade unions again. So we need to get those guys built up. What about our clerks? I'm curious. They're kind of liberati. Okay. And then we have our machinists who are all trade unionists. Okay. So the way we get trade unions in power is we need to increase the employment of those laborers and the, what's it called? The machinists. But I do think switching over to a heavily industrialized economy here would be pretty good here. I see a lot of these are just going to employ more people. Like, in this instance, we'll keep them off privately owned. I think for the ones that have aristocrats, it makes sense to change, because that'll dilute the aristocratic power. But I don't want to do a ton of these capitalists right now, because that'll just give them way too much power, and we'll have to employ more of them, which could make it even harder to kick them out. But for these plantations and things, we can definitely do it. Yeah, we'll dilute the plantation power while guaranteeing our capitalists don't get too strong elsewhere. I'm kind of spitballing here. I haven't really done a lot of this focusing on the trade side. Okay, shopkeepers. What are the shopkeepers' value? Let's check that out. If we look at the shopkeepers, those are trade unionists. Okay. That makes sense, because they probably have and bureaucrats. Okay, the vast majority are bureaucrats, but there's enough trade unions in there that'll keep the shopkeepers around for now. That's all fine. And then, actually, does that make it more efficient, right? We go from 500 to 150. We'll go publicly traded for now. Workers' cooperative. Well, no, we'll keep the merchant guilds. Fuck it. It's fishing wharves. Over here, it just gives you more capitalists. We will hold off changing these ones. And probably all of these will be fine. Yeah. This will hurt our investment growth a little bit here, but we already have such a huge investment pool that it's limited by my construction size and not the number of capitalists we have. So this should all be fine and will help us keep those guys in check. We'd have to go and do command economy to grow our communist power, but we will do that as soon as we can. I really want to kick these state churches out. That's where all of our other guys are going through. Okay, enough of that. Let's go ahead and get through our queue here. I know I've spent about 20 minutes without having the game even do anything. We're going to fight this war. It should be easily handled. Yeah, we're just winning by default. And I need to do something about our... Well, how much that is from having our troops raised, I wonder. So we get 7,000 from the railways, but we get 31k in return. All right, you definitely want to use your shares of the railway. Look at that. You get 35k from your railway shares, and the subsidy cost is only 9k. So they pay for themselves if you do it like that. I've never really focused on that, but that's really good to know. Communist Scandinavia versus normal Scandinavia. They would give an obligation. And you would offer me an obligation as well. Don't really care enough about that. Babangi, where the hell is this? I should have guessed. Okay, they're just a native uprising. I want to see who's getting involved in this. So you're going to have some guys on one side. I kind of want to help the communists here. Is this a dumb thing? This is probably dumb. We're going to do it. Let's help the communists. We'll send only one army to go deal with that. You only have 24 battalions. Well, these guys have 28. And there goes Spain. So we can handle Spain. There's New Guinea. That's fine. And there's my sign to abandon this play, because I don't want to fight Austria. It was fun while it lasted. This is... What do you mean, fighting on the same side of China? Whatever, we'll just be neutral. That's fine. Alright, I'm going to do a jump cut. I'm going to let us get through our queue here, and I'm going to keep focusing on how we can get our economy right-sized here. We are losing a ton of money right now. What happened? Oh, we lost the bankroll! Oh, that's definitely what happened here. Also, would any of you accept subject tax? Okay, so we need to fix that bankroll problem. I could raise taxes. I could lower government wages. Those both would equalize out. I could also do a consumption tax. We'll do these two instead. And that'll get our economy in a better situation. I need to figure out how to deal with that. Hopefully I can get lucky and get offered a bankroll in one of these wars that come up for for not much. Ask for make protectorate. Make the... Ooh, okay. Pow. Oh, you're decentralized. Okay. gonna let time pass. We're gonna get through our queue, and I'm gonna start working on getting our economy in a better situation because we're not looking too hot right now. Not looking too hot. Well, it's not terrible, but I want to get our tax lowered because that's gonna help us get stuff done. And here, I'll bring you guys back once I have an update. Real quick, thought we'd take a look at some little things that I've noticed. For one, Australia will give us support. Well, if we help Australia in their little uprising they have over here, they will give us a state. I'm trying to see what these states are. See, West Micronesia. So West Micronesia, which is over here, and has 13k GDP with nothing on it. That's a thing. Where they would give us Australian Eastern New Guinea. So that's over here. So let's look for that. Australian Eastern New Guinea. I mean, this actually might have something useful. You can do a sugar plantation. You're getting a port. 8k peasants. Alright, we'll just take the little island they have over here in this region. Why not? We'll get it for free, basically, so we'll just take West Micronesia. We'll probably go to port there if it's needed, but that's just free stuff, so why not? We are too unfriendly with Russia to do anything over there. What I really want to show off is, let's look at our spread now. So I should have seen what this was before, but if you look over here, we have 64 through 109, 194 in just normal spread, right? Compare that to our normal innovativeness cap, which is 821. Our base spread is only 20 points below our cap for our focus spread. So our passive spread is insane on anything that we are a little bit behind on, which is really good for us. Speaking of that, let's see what's kind of spreading right now. We're getting rotary valve engine. That's all right. I really want to do dynamite. Dynamite would help us out a ton here at the low cost of extra explosives. Same with improved fertilizer, but that is not meant to be, apparently. What's our spread over here? Cameras. Prestige in photographic art for Arts Academy. That's good. Pretty sure arts are always something that's really expensive in our market here. Yeah, arts is 257, which is just a huge price on its own, but that's still way above average. But that should be fine. We're getting through our queue, 25 weeks. In fact, I need to make sure we're actually employing everything. So what are we going to do after this hits? Something to be said for doing coal, something to be said for doing tools. We'll do them both. Real quick, checking the coal mines are all employed. Let's do coal. Our cap here is now 51, so let's go ahead and get Jingxi all the way to cap. That should hit the coal thing for sure. And let's look at our tooling industries. Sounds like we'll do it in Hebei. We'll get them up to the cap as well, at 27. And we'll leave that be and we'll get that through. So now we have about a year-long queue. We're doing the coal first, which is fine. So we'll go get all that done, and we'll let time kind of pass. I did do some trickery here to get our taxes back to normal. I lowered government wages and did our consumption tax on porcelain, because we actually or it turns out our nation was doing fine, or we just have to let our GDP grow. I'll set up some trade routes here. We actually have such an excess of ports that I don't think I can spend enough money on trade to get things done. I was, however, looking... Let's stop that trade route real quick. I was looking, and I noticed that if we swapped off free trade to protectionism, we'd get 74,000 in income. And so I'm considering it, which is, you know, I'll think about it. But for now, we'll just leave it be. Let this kind of war stuff play out here. Shouldn't bother us at all. Zulu against Britain. What's the war goal here? Conquer Zululand for their war reps. We're fighting on the same side of Australia. Okay, never mind. That's going to get taken away. We have Portugal in the region. Whatever. I'll let us get through the queue, and I'll let our FP tick down. We're going to just let some time pass while I focus internally and try to see what I can do to make us communists. So we'll see how that goes. But for now, I'll step away for a moment. Real quick here, I saw some uprisings happening. I'm just checking to see if we can get things on our side for some of these. But Transvaal here, if we were to support them in this uprising, they would become our subject. So a free subject is never something we want to turn down here. We also have access to them via Portugal, so we'll accept it. And we're going to go and throw our army over there to get us a subject with some gold mines. They should have 2 gold fields here, and then these guys have some other ones. So we're going to get ourselves a very wealthy subject for free, which is great. and a sign of our good stewardship of the economy here. We're going to lose some money while we do this, but that should be fine here. What's our cost? Let's look at this. Paper's very expensive. That's expected. Government wages. How are we doing on paper? I bet you we have an excess paper, but we still just cost so much because, yeah, we have huge excess paper, but that's just how expensive it is, which is wild. I see our coal is not going down despite us having built, well, it is slowly. Let's look at the state we're building all these. So Jingxi, you have the employment. We're getting the cap here. Once we get dynamites, that'll fix our problem, right? So we'll just wait for the tech there and not focus on that too much. Here's our other war. Our army is coming here in time to defend, it seems. Yes. And now their revolt should stop their advancement because we are going to slaughter them with our 80 troops we just sent down there. Hell on Earth, we'll lose some mortality there. We don't use the rubber yet, but it is what it is. Cape Colony is revolting. Britain is colonizing. That all is fine. There's an invasion up here for some reason. And I want to get East African Peasant Revolt. I don't think Britain actually has a way to get to this front. We'll have to do a naval invasion. Sadly, they wouldn't become our subject here. Yeah, no desire to be our subject. That's a shame. Seed Uprising versus the Cape Colony. Obligation Diplomatic Pact. You would offer an obligation as well. Don't like either of those. Alright. Currently getting human rights. Prelude to feminism. Which is cool. Spreading for Jian-ul is going to be done soon. And then we'll see where it goes. Like how my natural spread is leaning towards... Oh, look how... I'm just satisfied at how fast these things are spreading, man. It's like so worth it. Especially since we're actually able to afford the cost. Like 526 uncapped is insane. Also the fact we can't get our education up because we don't have access to the institution because it's so goddamn expensive in this nation, but that is what it is. It is what it is. This war's over. Let's kind of let's wait and see what these guys have all together. And we might be able to see how much they're going to give us. Speaking of, what is our truce? We definitely still have a truce with Portugal. Yeah, for the 34 months, and one with GB for 13 months. Got a lot of truces over here. Also, looks like Australia's losing their war, which is fine by us because we already got our goods out of it, right? Like, we don't have any reason. Oh, this army's going to now stay available because of the damn... Oh, no, that war's over. Cool. So they're cool. I like these guys. Let's go and improve with them. Could protect them for 3 infantry. What do you even have? Is there anything here worth taking? A bunch of industries you can't staff. Okay, does the state have a modifier? There's North Island. Goldfields. That's enough for me. That is enough for me. We are going to take your land. This is the Transvaal. So let's see what we get from Transvaal, right? What do they all have together? Please give me the actual view here. 7 gold fields, 2 iron mines. I think they have a state modifier to get more coals. Or coal. So that's good. They're going to get us a ton of money from that, actually. Can I see how much we get from Transvaal? Guyana, Outer Manchuria. That's a ton from minting. What do we get from... None from Transvaal yet. But if we do take them 1 level down, we should do really fine there. Russia would join our side. No one else is interested in that region, so we'll just do that. Raise our army again. We'll eat the expenses here. We actually might dip down into our gold reserves, which is not ideal. There's Jian-ul. So naval bases and other things. Let's go ahead and do the expenses here. Let's raise our naval bases. It's going to cost us. We get more money, apparently. Don't know how that works. Our navy is still at 127 boats. There's rotary valve. We're not going to probably use that because that just reduces the number of employees you have, but we have a surplus of pop. So none of that matters. What is this one? This is Oldenburg versus Oldenburg Military Revolt. Speaking of, do I have extra interest I can use? No, I don't. But I already have most of the world claimed, so that doesn't matter. Only the barren areas are unclaimed. And let's go ahead and do our naval invasion here and get this new land. Is this a different nation? Interesting that I had to invade the North Island instead of the South Island, but that should be fine. That'll progress. I'm going to go ahead and... Do I raise taxes here? Do we think it's going to be expensive enough that I should raise taxes, right? Yeah, we'll raise taxes. I don't want to go into debt just for this. Looks like we're going through our tooling workshops, which means we're going to have to then bounce down and do steel, as well as, ooh, our lead's pretty expensive. What buys this? Glassworks and munitions plants. Okay. Let's queue up a couple more lead mines then. There's the button. We'll do about 10 in southern Manchuria. And we'll actually do... How much do you get per? You get 72 per. We'll do 10 in southern Manchuria, and then we're also going to queue up a railway in that region. So let's look at... Get you a railway, and we'll do Manchuria too. I'm all in on railways now that I saw how profitable they could be. That was wild. What did we just get that I was spreading? It was human rights, which gives us social security, and now we have multiculturalism available. And workers' protection. Okay. Does anyone want to do multiculturalism? Of course not. Everyone hates that idea. I'm dumb for asking. All right, the invasion's going fine. We're making money by the pound, by the barrel, it seems. I don't know what changed to make us so much money. Maybe we had a temporary expense I didn't notice? Not sure. It says Gojam versus Kaffa. Hopefully one of you will offer yourself as a subject to us. I know we have Ishak over here and Warsangali. Okay. None of you will. Tigray side with Gojam. Now, would you... Oh, I missed it. Oh, I missed it. Well, one of you accept. War goal. Protectorate. 13 FB is not what we want for that. I missed it by just that much. Protectorate. 5 FB for Tigray. Could have done it, but nah. We'll get them eventually. We'll let them... I actually am fine if they centralize this area. That's fine with me. All right, this war should be over. I probably could have pieced out a while ago. Oh, no, actually, we need one more reason. What's the vote here? You just throw everybody in. Let's see. This would get... Okay, just get the petit bourgeoisie in. We'll leave the literati out for now. Capitalists are doing fine. I need a communist. Give me a communist in power. What if we throw these guys out and then I throw in, like, the literati? Do I do this? We've been at peace for a while. I did it. And this is all to pursue, like, a different state religion, right? If we look at, like, over here. No one actually fucking wants this. I'm a liar. That sucks. Okay, let's get these guys back in power. We don't have the people to actually get this done. Which is a shame. Trade unions... Oh. Did they get more powerful? No, they're still sitting at garbage clout. Okay, get out of this war. Get me back to making money. Improve with our new puppet over here. Who has gold. How bountiful and nice of them to give that to us. Lower our taxes back down to a reasonable level. We built up 1 million in gold reserves just from seeing in that war. Double checking one last time that no one will give me anything juicy for this. Okay. We'll go back to letting our queues churn through. I have to keep updating this pretty rapidly. We did hit 3 million GDP, 300 billion GDP, which is quite cool, quite cool. We are now the second-ranked great power. Damn you, Britain. That sucks. You're not our rival, but you should be. We'll rival you. Foreign influence, that'll help us get our things, what's the word? Our infamy tick down faster. And it doesn't help that I'm improving relationships with people, but that'll go a long ways here. And I think our next move is going to be getting a treaty port in Spain. Should be able to claim one. We could do it in this 11 infamy, 12 infamy. Where's the slowest one here? 9.2 for doing it in this one. We could do this now. We'll let our infamy tick down to below 42. So let's wait a little bit. I'll bring you guys back, and we're going to do an invasion of Spain, or at least try to. Well, we should be able to with the flotillas. We do have the numbers. We do have the actual access through Spain. If we can get Portugal on our side here, it'd be easy. Assuming no one else gets involved. What are your defensive pacts like? New Granada doesn't care. Portugal, that's going to be a problem. Scandinavia, that's not a problem. And Venezuela. So we'll get Portugal to be our puppet before we do that. But we will come and knock in Spain. So just you wait. Just you wait. Okay, we have a big decision on our hands here. A big one. I think I'm leaning towards the dangerous option. So, Great Britain is having a revolt here to get Gwalior as one of their subjects. And what I want to do is join them and liberate the British Raj. Break them free, get them off of their hook there. I don't think I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. We'll get the British Raj free. We have a border with them, so we can actually send in all of our forces. Let's make sure our armies are all kitted out here for the war. Medical support should be fine in all of our guys. I don't care if you're already mobilized. I broke off 5 troops to go and deal with this little uprising we have over here. They should be more than enough to handle that. But we're going to mobilize all armies here. We'll get involved. Probably have to raise our taxes again. I found that I could actually make things work if I raised the payment for some of our guys here. Let's do this. Can you get to any front? You can't get to any of these fronts here, which is going to be terrible. I might lose out from this. This is the one I don't care about. What's going on over here? You would offer me support. What would you give me? Lhasa and... Okay, you give me stuff. You want Tibet and Johor. So, I don't have a front. I wish I had a front here. Is British Raj not getting involved? Interesting. Oh, this is this front line here. We'll go and send our expeditionary force over to this region here. Other fronts don't really matter too much. Well, I say that. Let's get these guys to this front. And we'll take the smaller of our 2 armies and send them over here. All of you advance front. And then this army over here. I want them just stationed, available for if we actually get involved with Tibet here. See, Britain has this weird thing where they've been annexing all of their Indian subjects directly. Which is a choice. Also, holy cow, debt! That is insane. Raise taxes, lower government wages, and pay that off. Yeah, mobilizing all our armies is very expensive, it seems. But we can afford it. We can afford it. What do these guys all want? Transfer state obligation. Call ally. Cool. I'm not bankrolling you. You'd offer me damn near everything. Okay, so those guys would all get involved. Do I do this or do I just take the other option? Johor and... Who is this? This is... Lhasa and Nagari. Are these regions? Who's on the side that I'm not seeing in this war? Are these just the states? That's Gwalior. Where is Lhasa? Oh well, let's go and send this army over here. Not sure. Might be offering me conquer state of my own subject there, which would be interesting. Alright, that navy's arriving. Sending troops here. This army's arriving here. Who else can be on this front? Nobody from Britain. This should be easy. No, we don't need your support here. It's going to be weird because we don't actually have access to the British Raj for the war since they haven't gotten called in, which is strange. Well, it says you're supporting. We should have a front, right? What is this if not a front? You're my puppet, so you'll be called into the war. Oh, my puppets didn't get called in. Only Tibet did. Interesting. Okay, well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to win these fronts over here, and then we're going to open up a front with Tibet to attack the British Raj. So we'll let them win that, let their troops pull out. Also, Brazil has an interesting flag. They offer an obligation. Interesting. Who's in charge of Brazil? Benjamin Constant. Is this their new actual government here? Oh my god, are they going to win that? Probably not. If numbers are anything to go off of, they will not be winning that. We are attacking over there. That's fine. We're attacking over here. That's also fine. We'll win those 2 fronts. Oh, U.S. involved. So now they have actual support. I should have accepted the bankroll. A little bit too short. Whatever. We'll let those guys do their thing. That's an interesting war. One we'll have to keep track of. Winning this front handedly. Winning this front somewhat handedly. Waiting for these guys to fall. Oh, wait. Is this... Okay, both sides are getting spicy over there. Little by little. So do we want rubber throughput. We don't use rubber yet, so we'll use education, access, and assimilation. Make them Chinese. Losing some convoys in some regions. We're making a lot of our money back, so I can probably cut my taxes a little bit. Losing an obligation, which is fine. We're pushing in these two fronts. More people are arriving, but they're not going to arrive just yet. Tibet's also pushing. We're winning over here. Oh no, Johor is actually losing. And now's where we do our big play here. Fuck. I can't do it. Naval invasion to the British Raj. Take their capital. Get her done. How many people are coming to this front? Oh, that's a lot. That's a scary amount of people on that front. I need to win this front real quick here. There we go. That front's done. No, it's back now. What the hell happened? I thought we got the front. Oh, we still occupy only a portion of it. Okay, those guys are going to march through us by a ton here. We got to be careful of that. We are going to take all of East Africa over there. No one's stopping our invasion of this region. There's Isaac or whatever. That 5-unit army we have. Where are you stationed right now? Come and do this front real quick. Might pull off this 80k army here. They do have a ton of people coming here. Okay, they just stopped at Johor. There's the fight. They have 50 troops. There's Gwalior. They're gone. It's a shame. 27%. Winning the other battles. We're still in the primary participant, right? They went Tibet and they went Johor. Yes, we will support the workers. Sierra Leone is in default. British Raj. Is that all British Raj? British Anglo-Indian Army. Yeah, that's the British Raj on all sides. Okay, we won this front. That 75 needs to get pulled off and used over here. Yeah, they're already deploying that way, which is good. Let's see how we're doing with these invasions. One victory. These guys don't have a ton of troops here. We are getting engaged. This is ironclads, which will be a problem. Okay. Naval invasion. In Beijing. Shit. Okay. We know how to plan for this. We'll create an army here. Get me a general. We'll go with the industrialist here. Promote this guy up. And we're just going to give him some conscripts. Sort by number here. Do me a large quantity, please. We'll do about 60 of you guys. We'll conscript some of these cannons as well. 1, 2, 3. Good. Now go ahead and mobilize that army. And raise your conscripts. Sounds all right. I'm going to take this 5-man army and just move you somewhere else. Where's the Guyana front? Yeah, go take that, please. That army's mobilizing. This extra force. Let's just hold that other front. In fact, I kind of want to pull you back to our homeland anyway. Take this out 163 here and just hold. Things aren't going our way. But it doesn't matter unless we get this region. None of their war goals involve that region over there. It's quite frankly probably has terrible market access. We're holding that invasion. Good. Our troops are strong. It's weird that this is not an active front. What is this revolt? Okay, I'm just going to call one of you guys in as an ally. We'll call Russia as it. Well, decline that. And become my ally, please. All these guys gonna... Oh, wow, they're actually just putting a ton of troops here. Call ally. So is that all of the... That's all the British army involved in this one sector. Which is wild. Running this, how is this affecting them versus affecting us? They have more war costs. Let's see. they're losing their gold reserves. It's kind of fluctuating up and down, but generally trending in our favor. Theory, obligation, becomes subject here. Are we winning? We're winning that, but our naval invasion is probably not going to progress with 438 troops in one state. So that's quite a bit. This army here, what can I do with you? The Malaya front. Go ahead and push that. We're winning that battle. Oh, the way these naval invasions work, where you're just constantly having to fight them, is kind of crazy. We're going to have to fight that full army there. That's not going to go well for us. But we're hanging on. This army, can I get you to do an advance again? This guy is kind of a shit commander. Oh, he's wounded. Yeah, he's a very bad commander. We'll defend front. We're going to go and deal with this Malay front with our 5k troops here. Oil in Guyana, as well as rubber in Guyana. Both of which are good. How's the invasion over here going? We're doing well. So in fact, I put my other army over there, which is good. We're getting stuck in naval invasion hell. I can't help but notice that they don't really have a defender. What did we do? Let's try something here. This is going to be what I call a pump fake. We are going to build ourselves a navy and see if we can't get like a second. Let's promote this guy up to full levels here. Oh, I also have nothing in my queue, which is why we're actually making money. That's a mistake on my part. Okay, let's look at our second navy here. We're just going to fill you with light ships. Maybe not in the place with... That's a terrible... Let's stop all those. Don't do that in a place with only 8k people. That's dumb, Sean. Do by peasants. Sort by peasants available. And let's go and just get ourselves up to... What's that? That is... 49 plus 40 is 89. Then we need another 11. So 10 there and 1 here. Am I dumb? 10 there. There we go. Math is hard. Those will get built. We're losing money again. I should have been aware of that. Let's go ahead and do a tax. No, we'll just sit on it. Well, we'll do the consumption tax. Luxury furniture is not going to hurt anybody. Nobody we care about, at least. Now to get the second military that we can use to defend one of our regions here. So let's think about that. If that whole army is stationed in North India, we can attack Southern India and not have too big of a problem. This war is going on. It's going to be nonstop. I can't get anyone to these fronts. Other options, I could force a naval invasion through in British Republic. They do have some people there to defend, but not a ton. How's this looking? Victory, 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 victory. Oh, failed Chinese attack. Okay. It's hard to say. Because I haven't seen any of this stuff. These guys are actually just taking attrition, I think. Like, that army number is kind of... I can't tell if it's going down, but they should have a ton of attrition, logically. Right, Navy's getting built. That'll all get queued up. We're going to have a huge Navy after this, which is fine. Navy is the strength to win in this game. All right, we'll let that kind of take place. I'm already over time a little bit. I was trying to keep these down to 45 minutes, but I guess we'll have an hour-long episode here. It's all work out if we can get this done. That is my only concern. This war's won. How are you doing? Loans, not yet. You're almost normal here. Tibet's in default. That's not good for me. Those are my subjects. Become a subject, or what will you offer? Diplomatic pacts. No subjects there. That's a shame. Yeah, we're holding strong against their forces here. We have 2. I'm going to use the small 5th Chinese army here and try to sneak this through. Let's do an invasion of Ceylon. And we'll just see what happens here. That other war's out. our army's pulling back from this front. We have overwhelming numbers here, but I just don't think our general's good enough to hold these guys back. We're holding 34k British off, though, which is fine. Oh, these are now the conscripts, right, that we're having rise up? You need to go to the... Is it the 16th Army? It's the 16th Army. Get those guys over here. All of you over. I see. I don't think our naval division is going to work here. Well, they're backing off for some reason. Are they going to stop this? No, no one's defending it. Okay, we're losing that naval invasion. That's fine. Just got to occupy people's attention. If we win one of these, we'll get very lucky. And all it takes is one to get us the war goal, right? Just their capital. Can't help but notice that we're getting attacked by these, What boat is defending this? Excuse me. Oh, was there a boat there? So they're going to show that he's defeated, so I can't do anything with him, but we're going to do the little cheat that we know, which is called raising up another general. That's all it takes is bureaucracy. What front is undefended here that I'm missing? Tanganyika front in Kenya. I guess they're colonizing? Oh, it's because these guys are revolting. This is the... against Portugal. Okay. Fascist Nassau. There's other plays going on here. Nothing we can really get involved in our current state. So if we should got a little bit stronger navy, we'd be able to take those guys on here. I think 5 might be enough to do it. Okay, maybe not against 26, though. Let's pull a trick here somewhere. What if I go for Ireland? I want to try to pull people off them, or 2% for the gold reserve. Trying to pull these guys off and get them to look elsewhere other than there. Bureaucracy and influence, that's all fine. There's the positives again. I like education access. It's something we desperately need in this nation. They want a white peace. I kind of want to hold them here, though. This is not going to go our way. I want to just cause problems here. Conflict rating is hurting us, but it's not terrible. Let's go back to Ceylon. What if I did it from... Oh, they have boats in all of these seaports here. Actually, if we do it this way, right, you can attack Andhra. And theoretically, you'll go to the right spot. You'll be in the sea node where we have all the other boats as well. Sure, come and help us. No, we're not gonna have you owe us an obligation. We'll just call you in as an ally. Make me proud. Military science, military research speed. I would get the flat bonus research speed is just too good to pass up here. Especially once we have ironclads coming up next, which will be a huge kick to our strength. All right, Russia's on our side in that play. Means you don't have to worry about it. So are these fleets? And I wish these fleets are. Yeah, they're gonna get forced off otherwise. See, now they had to give up that one. And we forced a response, right? We're still losing out. We did force a response. What is their thing? They still want white peace? Yeah, they do. Okay. Kick back our taxes a couple levels. Oh, it's because we have our queue stopping, so don't kick that back. What do we build next? I feel like groceries is a good investment for us, so let's build some of those. Industry, let's go for... where is it? Food industry. Sort by who already has some. Let's just kick it up. Yeah, that'll be fine. Let's do like an even number there. That's going to get you to 2, gets you 20 plus 25 is 35. 35 in both. I'll have to check and see if those are actually using the different stuff. Some of them might be using like the same tool. So now you have 140. They just have so many numbers here. There's women's suffrage. Can we do one of those laws? Nope, is the answer. We cannot. So even pulling off 140 here, we still can't get a naval invasion done. Maybe we just take the white piece. It was an attempt. What did this do for us, really? Well, we got a ton of our infamy down. We also ate through a bunch of the war score for them. Almost ate through the gold reserves. But we'll just here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take a peace deal. Or at least capitulate. That'd be crazy. Engineers, officers, and academics. We'd like those. Engineers sound like they're good for our cause. Who is this? This would give us obligation. You would give us... Come subject. Who are you? The Congo. Against Netherlands. Sounds like a deal. Alright, we're gonna get out of this British war. Why can't I offer them a peace? I mean, I would like to. Are we still being invaded over here? We are. Just a battle of the naval invasions that are never going to go anywhere. Interesting. Oh, France would get involved. France might offer us what we want here. Go ahead and take our little expeditionary force here. You're also defending against naval invasion. I want to move you over to this Congo region. Just station yourself there to help them win. I'm not going to liberate the British Raj here or give up Tibet and Johor. In this one, they want Basque Congo, and we want war ups for the Dutch. We need to take something that's Dutch. What can we take that's Dutch? All right, there's a peace deal we want. Let's get that white piece. All right, now that's over. Get us out of that. Get us out of that terrible engagement that we were having. Let's take the expeditionary force and do a naval invasion. What is Dutch? Oh, the Americans are involved here. American Togo. South Cameroon. United States of America. Okay, that's scary for us. Let's take this conscript army we have and see what we can do with them. Dutch not have anything? American Togo. Oh, here's the Dutch. Yeah, we just need one of these things. Get one of them. And that'll be that war done. Okay. So, we kind of had a bad war against the British. But it was a good, check there. We've seen that our Navy can hold up to their pressure. And likewise, we just can't get the landing when they have those massive numbers. But with us getting a second large fleet, we should have the advantage where we can just use our Navy to attack multiple spots. And we can get some of this done. You would offer us a bankroll. What would you other offer? You could obligation or a bankroll. We'll get a bankroll from you for this one. This one's scary. Diplomatic play in Senegal. This is an interesting one. So, I'm curious on how this is going to go. We just fought a war here. They already are offering us bankroll for another war. We get French Congo, East Sahara, or just normal Sahara. Don't really care about any of those. Those are normally really poor. Mauritania. Yeah, there's French Senegal. Sahara's up here. These are these two states, which we don't have access to, which would just be terrible for us. So that's a no for me there. What are the war goals we can get on this? Take treaty port in the Indian Ocean or in Guyana. Conquer state. I could do a lot of conquer states there. I could even transfer East Africa or Australia. Or Cape Colony or Canada. Fuck. What if I go back for liberate subject? We're gonna go right back, aren't we? We are. we're going right back, and we're gonna fight that in the next episode. So we're gonna put a cut in here. I'm gonna fight these wars. I'll probably do another episode right after this. That way we can stay fresh and know what's going on. But we are going to deal with the British here with help of France. It should be feasible, right? Because they're gonna open up a front. They'll fight at the front, and we can just do our naval invasion shenanigans over here. We can go in fast, right? We can use both navies, go in super fast, and get this stuff done, hopefully fast. I said fast like 7 times there. But yeah, that's the plan. We'll see if it works out, but we got to give it a try. But for now, I'm Carlson here. I hope you guys enjoyed. I've been Sean, the Smooth Screeners, and I'll catch you next one. Later.